If you quit, you're gonna quit everything hard in your life. And that's a big problem for you.
If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever wanna be successful.
I always knew I only need one chance. I always felt I was better than everybody. I always felt all I needed was to get in there once. Just give me one shot and I'll take it home. I'll steal it every time. This game is too much, you know what I mean? It's two men beating each other or whatever. The martial arts life will give you a discipline, will give you dedication, will give you a drive that you won't get nowhere else.
You should push yourself beyond your limits of tolerance in your 20s to find out where it is. How much can you work? How disciplined can you become? Like, can you work 12 hours a day? Can you work 8 hours a day? Can you work 3 hours a day? Like, flat out. Where's your limit?
You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category. Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. The Bible says, he who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night.
Your motivation. You need discipline. Because motivation's not there every day. Sometimes I got motivation. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, today I feel good. I can't wait to get to the gym. But a lot of days, like, gotta get to the gym. And then once I get going, then I feel great. Yeah. And I feel great when it's over. But it's that beginning part that's hard because your body wants to stay comfortable. Your body will trick you. What did you get, like 6 hours sleep last night? That's not enough.
You don't have to feel good about it. You just have to keep going. The feeling will pass, but you will remain. You are greater than your feelings. Going to bed late and waking up early to work for a few days won't for you. You're not going to burn out. You're doing what it takes. If you're one of those people that push work-life balance, just remember, the people who like working a lot don't care. I've never regretted trying harder at anything ever. Hard times last long, but an epic story feels like a lifetime.
The only thing that you can do is win so big that all of them constantly compare themselves to you, and then you'll forget they exist. Success is the only revenge. It's not the best revenge, it's the only one. There's no other revenge. Because everything else is petty. Everything else does show that you were thinking about these people all day long, which means they win by default. All you can do is think about your goal and winning. When you win, that's when you become so big that they shrink into irrelevance. You cast a shadow that no one even can see them behind you.
In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people thinking, what they say. In my mind, not just this year, but always, I'm always the best. I'm always gonna say that. Because I think we have to thinking we are the best in our area. So in my area, I think I'm the best.
In life, there are only winners and losers. There are no participation trophies. There's no, stickers and everyone's invited to have a good time. Life is hard. And everyone in life is actually trying to play the same game. Well, life is the only game where every single one of us 8.1 billion people is trying to play the exact same game. And the same game is, there's only so much money in the world. There's only so many resources. There's only so much happiness. I'm going to try to provide for my family as best as I can. And whether people say money's not important or is important, everyone's part of this game. So winning is very difficult.
You're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of what other people will think of you if you fail. But if you're afraid of that, imagine what they think of you when you aren't even trying. Oh yeah, they aren't.
Ever tried? Ever failed? No matter. Try again. Fail again. Fail better. The world is yours.
The man who never fell has no glory. The man who fell and got back up, that's where his glory is. The man who fell 20 times and got up 21 times, that man has even greater glory.
Wow.
That man has more courage, way more courage than the guy who was so strong from birth that he never failed. There's no glory in that.
Get back to fucking work, bro. You're 15, 16 years old. You're putting in all this work. Don't quit. Get better. Sometimes you can't be better than people. Like if I was playing basketball against LeBron James It doesn't matter how much work I do or how much I put into it, because he's still going to be better. And this is a good lesson for people. We got to be real about our strengths and weaknesses so that we can produce the result that we're looking after. And yes, there's a lot of truth to you can do anything you want, but there's also limits to that too. But they're not as bad as you think.
You have to be yourself. Doesn't matter if the people like or not. You think I'm gonna change now? Our Christian self is always, I'm gonna change now. You think with nearly 40 years old, I'm gonna change? Of course not. Oh, you like me or you don't like me, it's part of the life.
I've always given people a hard time who claim they don't have time to be in shape. If they're big and fat and they're like, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym. First of all, everyone has time enough to eat less because it actually requires less time. So that's a cop-out as it is. But a line that my coach used to say when I was training at Storm Gym, when people say, oh, I don't have dumbbells at home, I don't have a punch bag at home. He always used to say, if you're determined enough, you could get in the best shape that you could possibly get in an empty room by yourself. And when I was in jail, that came back to me in my mind. I was just like, well, I can get in amazing shape in an empty room by myself.
If you have a dream of where you're going, you don't look at, I don't have the resources to get there. None of us do, man. So you start building the resources in order to build the dream. You build the hammer and you build the nails with which you're going to build the house. If you sit there and say, well, I can't build a house because there ain't no hardware store nearby, you don't want a house very bad. You know, so it's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of courage.